All right, so this is the thing that we have done last time. So we first we have decided, or like first we have discussed about how to take an output once we are given with a particular circuit, right? So which is quite easy, right? Then we talk about how we are going to create a circuit for a given expression, right? So we discuss like when the expression is given, first we have to recognize what are the different number of variables that we got in the expression. Then according to that variables, we have to draw the input lines, right? Then after, by considering the order of brackets, not, and O, we have to complete the circuit according to the expression which is presented to us, right? So that is the things that we have done, and people please confirm whether we have written this onto your book or not. I think we have copied this onto your book, right? Am I correct? Right, great. Okay, so today we are going to test, like we are going to practice some of these circuits. I'll give you some expressions and you will draw the circuits, and I'll draw the things back on this whiteboard so you can see whether you have done any mistakes or not, right? So here comes the question. You can write the question with me, right? Right, draw logic circuits for the following expressions. So expression number 1. This is expression number 2. This is expression number 3. And expression number 4. You have to give some thinking for the last circuit that you are going to draw. It's a little bit challenging, not a very big challenge. Right. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes to complete the first circuit, right? So it's 5:53 now. So by 5:56, I'm going to draw the first circuit, right? If you need more time on that point, you can ask, right? But try your best to complete within 3 minutes, right? Only the first part. So likewise, you can continue, right? Yeah, Dihan, we just recap the things that we have done last time, and we came to the question. We just finished writing the question, so you can write the question and start drawing the things. right? People, like after 1 minute, I'm going to draw the first circuit. Right, let's go for the first one. Do you need any more time? Does anyone need any more time to do the first one? Okay, so here we go. So the first expression is A dot B bar plus B dot C bar. So if you look into the expression, there are three variables, A, B, and C. So that means we have to draw three input lines, which is A, B, and C. Now, since there are two brackets and those two brackets are on the same level, you can choose any of the brackets to start, right? So either you can create A dot B bar first, then go to the B dot C bar, or you can create B dot C bar first, then go to the A dot B bar. Right, I'm going to create A dot B bar. So I'm going to take a line from B first, so I can create B bar from that. So this creates B bar. Then I'm taking a line from A and sending it through an AND gate, right? So it's going to give me A dot B bar, right? So my first bracket is done. Then I have to concentrate on the second bracket, which is B dot C bar. So B dot C bar, again, it's better you create C bar first. And then I can take a line from B. Then I can send these two through an AND gate, which is going to give me B dot C bar. Right, so when you are drawing this, it doesn't matter Dihan, I'm not getting you. Dihan, I'm not getting you. Dihan, it's not the heading. It's the question. I'll show you after I'm done with this, right? So when you are drawing this, it doesn't matter you put the B bar as the second one and draw the A line at the top, right? Again, මෙතන දැන් A dot B bar හදනකොට A line එක අරගෙන ඊට පස්සේ B bar එක හදලා AND එකෙන් යවුවට වැරද්දක් නැහැ. But according to the rules we have learned, right? So then we can draw it in this manner, right? And so we are done with these two brackets. These two are done. So now we have to deal with this plus. So we have this output and we have this output, and we are going to put those outputs into an OR gate, because at the end of the expression, we are going to add these things together. So A dot B bar plus B dot C bar will be provided here. right? Okay, so this is how we are going to draw the first equation. If you got any problems, you can ask, right? If you have any mistakes, you can correct those things. And if you have done it correctly, please correct it as mark, like please correct it. Litira, Litira අහන්නේ මම මේ මෙහෙම මේ හරවලා අඳින්නේ නැතුව කෙලින් ඉරි දෙක ගහලා ඒ ඉරි දෙක ඕගේට් එකට ඉන්පුට් කරන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලාද? කිසිම ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. ගේට් එක ලොකුවට ඇඳලා එහෙම දාන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම ගැටලුවක් නැහැ පුතේ. right? ඔයා කියන්නේ මේ දෙක මෙහෙම කන්ටිනියු වුණාම ওই විදිහට ඉවර කරගන්න පුළුවන් කියලානේ. ඕකනේ අහන්නේ. නේද විතර? right. No problem. You can do that. Right. I'm going to draw the second one within another 2 minutes. It is 6:05. I'm going to draw it at 6:07. And Dihan, if you want the question, but I'm going to show it to you. Yeah, this is the question. All right. Is there anyone still finishing the second one? Okay, so I'm going to do the second one. So it's a plus b bar dot b plus c bar. So the expression is a plus b bar dot b plus c bar. Now again, we got three different variables, which is a, b, and c. So we are going to have three input lines, which are a, b, and c. Right. So again, these brackets are on the same level. So I'm going to draw the second brackets first here. I'm going to create b plus c bar. Doesn't matter whether you are going to create b plus c bar or a plus b bar. You can go for either of those since they are on the same level. So I'm creating b plus c bar. So first I have to create c bar. Then I'm going to take the line b, right? Then I'm going to put this inside an OR gate. So when C is arrived here, C bar will be produced here and B will be sent in here. So this will give you B plus C bar, right? So in the same way, I can create A plus B bar as well, right? So first I am going to create B bar. Then I'm going to take A. Again, I'm going to put this inside an OR gate, which is going to give you, when you receive B here, you can have B bar, and then here from A, so you can have A plus B bar, right? So brackets are done. Then you are going to put it through and AND gate, because you have a dot in between the brackets right over here. So this will give you the final output, which is A plus B bar dot B plus C bar, right? So that's going to give you the second circuit. So if you got any mistakes, do the corrections. And if you got any questions, you can ask me. So I'm going to draw the next one by 6:14 within another 3 minutes, right? So hurry up and get the things done. දැන් ළමයි මේ කරන ඒවත් නොතේරෙන කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවා නම් you can disturb and ask me. ඒකට මට clear කරලා දෙන්න පුළුවන්, right? I hope everyone is doing this in an easy manner, right? Okay, Rusira, let's wait for another 2 minutes. All right, there are some questions are being asked. Okay, Ranuja, I'll show you the third question. ළමයි questions ටික එක සැරේ පැන්සලෙන් හරි පොඩ්ඩක් ලියා ගන්න, right? මොකද මම අර බලා ගන්න කට්ටියට බලා ගන්න ඉඩ තියලා තියෙන්නේ. And Ranima has asked A plus B buffer. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Dua. It doesn't matter. Right? That's why I told you. Since the brackets are on the same level, you can take A plus B bar first, then you can draw the B plus C bar in the second question, or you can go for the B plus C bar first, then you can go for the A plus B bar. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Right. So go for the third one. Here comes the third one. So third one says A bar plus C total bar dot B bar dot C bar, right? So here you have to be careful because A bar plus C total bar is there. So total bar means like it is something out of the things. Ranuja, it is not the BODMAS, it's the order that we talked about in the theory part that we talk about. So first it's bracket, then the NOT gate, then the AND gate, finally the OR gate, right? So don't mix it up with the mathematical BODMAS, right? Dihan, something out means like Dihan, this big bar is out of these brackets, outside of those brackets, right? So that is what you have to figure out, right? So the same way we got 3 variables, which is A, B, C. So we are having 3 input lines. So first of all, I'm going to look into the brackets. Yeah, Dihan, it is this thing that I'm talking about. This bar, this big bar is outside of these brackets, right? So first of all, we have to do the things inside the bracket. Then we have to think about that big bar because it is outside of the brackets, right? So A can be created. I'm sorry, A bar is going to be created first since I'm considering the brackets first. So when A is received here, A bar receives at the outside, right? Yeah. And C is going to be created. Actually, C, you really don't need to create C. And people, I couldn't mention in the question, it's better you go with the basic gates when you are drawing the things. Since I'm not mentioning that, it doesn't matter, you use the other gates as well, right? But when the questions are coming to the examination, sometimes they just give you the liberty to draw the things by using your own gates, like any of the gates that you have learned. But most of the cases, they will ask draw the diagram by using only basic gates, right? So it's better you try to draw the things using the basic gates. If you are using the combinational gates, it doesn't mean it is wrong. But if the question says specifically, prashne කියලා තිබුණොත්, use only basic gates කියලා. So it's better it's not better, it is a must that you use only the basic gates, right? So I'm drawing things using the basic gates. So there are places that you can use the combinational gates as well, right? So I have created C bar and I'm taking C over here and I am sending this inside an OR gate, right? Then it gives me A bar plus C. Then I can send this through the NOT gate, which I can have A bar plus C total bar. And again, for these two, you can draw a NO gate, right? Basic gates kila specify kalla නැති නිසා, right? But if I say it specifically, draw it using only basic gates, then this is the way that you are going to go, right? Okay, so my bracket is done, inside the bracket is done, and the out of the bracket, the bar part is also done. So now what we have to do is we have to create B bar and C bar. So to create B bar and C bar, we need two lines from B, and I'm sending it through the NOT gate. So it will create B bar, and I take C, and again send it through a NOT gate. This will give me C bar. Now I can send all these lines inside an AND gate, which gives me the final output. So why did I do that? Because this C bar, B bar, and this big thing, in between every of those terms, we got a dot. So we can send it through one particular AND gate. And it is not wrong if you use AND gate to have A bar plus C bar dot B bar first, then have that output combined with the C bar using another AND gate, right? AND gate දෙකක් කරන් මේ වැඩේ කරත් වැරදි නෑ, right? But it's better you know that these things can be done. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you draw a NO gate. It doesn't matter, Dihan, because I haven't limited the question to be drawn just by using the basic gates. But what I was mentioning is, if the question is given that kind of limitations, this must be the answer, right? Okay, do the corrections, people. Within another 2 minutes, I'm going to draw the fourth one as well. So it's better you write the final answer as well. And again, people, there is no rule saying that you have to write each and every expression after the gate. මේ හැමතැනම operation එක ලියලිය ඉන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. අන්තිම output එකේ නැත්නම් final output එකේ it's better you write the answer like this. For other things, you really don't need to, right? Just draw the circuit, that's all. So by 6:28, I'm going to draw the answer for the fourth question, right? පුළුවන්. දිහාන් inputs තුනක් පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ අපේ like instead of not gate, you can have more than 2 inputs into all other gates that we learn, right? But when it comes to the not gate, it's only one input. Right, people, do you want more time to draw the fourth one, or can we discuss? දිහාන් අපිට not gate එක ඇරුණම දිහාන් වෙන ඕනම gate එකකට inputs දෙකකට වඩා දෙන්න පුළුවන්. not gate එකේ විතරයි එක input එකක් විතරක් තියන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක හැමදාම එකයි. එකකට එහා පැත්තේ බෑ. රනුජ, take your time, I'll give you another 1 minute. Right? not gate එක ඇරුණම අනිත් ඕනම gate එකකට at least දෙකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. අඩුම වශයෙන් දෙකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. දෙකට වඩා inputs අරගන්න පුළුවන්. Right. I'm going to draw the fourth one. So when it comes to the fourth one, so the equation is A bar plus B plus C bar, and it has a total bar at the outside, and plus B plus C, again a total bar and a big bar out of everything, right? So if we use the dash to write to this particular equation, bar එක වෙනකොට අපි dash එක පාවිච්චි කරොත්, we can write it like this: A dash plus B plus C dash, then outside they are going to be a dash, plus B plus C at the outside, a dash, then having this big bracket, and there is a dash outside as well, right? So the same thing expressed in a different manner. So when you are drawing this, as usual, we are going to focus on the brackets, right? Now, since the not operators are staying at the inside as well as the outside of the brackets, first we have to consider the most inner brackets, right? That means either you can go for the first bracket and create A bar and C bar and complete the circuit part, or you can go for the B and C, and B plus C bar can be created. That doesn't matter, right? So first I'm going to do here, there are like 3 different variables. So as usual, we got 3 input lines, which is A, B, and C. Right, so I'm going to create A bar plus B plus C bar. So first of all, I'm going to create A bar, and then I'm going to create C bar. Right, so once A receives here, A bar gives from this, C receives here, C bar will be produced by this. Then I'm going to take B, and I'm going to put all these 3 lines inside an OR gate. So it's going to give me A bar plus B plus C bar. Then I can send this through a NOT gate, which means you can take A bar plus B plus C bar, or you can straight away use a NOR gate, since I have not mentioned it in your question to use only the basic gates, right? So anyway, this is going to happen like this. And now I need to create B plus C total bar. So for that, I need a line from B and C. So I'll take a line from B and take a line from C. And I'm going to put it inside an OR gate. So it's going to give me B plus C. And again, I'm going to put it from NOT gate, which gives me B plus C total bar. Now I have a plus mark to deal with. That means an OR gate. And I got a total bar at the top of it. So if you see this particular equation, you can see plus is inside the big bracket. So we have to concentrate on the plus first, right? So that means this will be sent through an OR gate first, right? So that is going to produce you the addition of these things. That means A bar plus B plus C bar. It has a total bar plus B plus C total bar, right? And then I'm going to put a knot. And there you can have A bar plus A bar plus B plus C bar. It has a total bar plus B plus C total bar. And at the top of it, it's going to have a big bar. Right? So this is going to be the last circuit. So see whether you have got it correctly. If you got any mistakes, it's time for you to do the changes, right? I'll give you a minute to do the changes, and I'm going to move to the next topic, which is the truth table creation. Right. People, before we move to the next section, can you all confirm whether this is clear or not? I need to know. Is the circuit drawing is clear with you all? How's the situation? Right, okay. All right. So if you got any questions, you can ask, right? Always. All right. So let's move to the next section. So next section is about creating a truth table for a given expression. So in this, the previous topic, we talked about how to draw a circuit when you are provided with an expression. Now here we are going to talk about how to draw or how to construct a truth table when you are provided with a particular expression, right? So here we go. So let's have the topic. ලිතිර එහෙම නීතියක් නෑ පුතා හැම ගේට් එකකටම පස්සේ අවුට්පුට් එක ලියන්න ඕනේ කියලා ෆයිනල් අවුට්පුට් එක ලියලා පෙන්නන එක වටිනවා අනිත් තැන් නොලිව්වට කමක් නෑ මම මේ ලියන්නේ ඔයගලන්ට ක්ලියර් වෙන්න right right? Constructing a truth table for a given expression. Now, let's take the expression, the same expression that we discussed in your example when we are drawing the circuit. So, right? So, as an example, I'll consider the expression, the same one, A bar plus B dot C bar, right? So the first step that you have to do, the very first step, is something very similar that you have done when you are drawing the circuits, right? So the first thing that you have to do is determine number of variables in the expression. Right? It's better you say different number of variables. Right? Different number of variables in the expression. Right? So in the above expression, there are 3 variables. Which are A, B, and C. Right? So it's a very same step as we draw in the circuits, right? And the second step, here we are going to construct a truth table. Now we are going to construct that truth table, right? So the second step is going to be draw a column for each variable determined, right? So you are going to draw a column for each variable that you have determined. So that means you are starting constructing the truth table, right? So that means you are going to draw your truth table like this, A, B, C. So it's going to grow further. So this is the very initial step, right? Now, the third one is the one where you have to consider or concentrate more when you are creating this, right? Now, we are going to write the input combinations for these input columns, right? So the third one is determine the number of input combinations and fill the input columns, which means A, B, and C columns, with ones and zeros. Now, what is that? Now, this A, B, C are input columns. We are going to fill the combinations for this A, B, C by ones and zeros, like we did in the introduction part of the gates, right? Now it says determine the number of input combinations then fill the input columns with ones and zeros. Now to determine how many input combinations are there is a special equation. So that equation, it's a very simple equation. So it says number of input combinations. In other words, you are finding number of rows in the table equals to 2 to the power number of inputs. I'm sorry, the latter part is not very clear. Number of inputs, right? So look at the equation closely. Number of input combinations, that means how many rows are going to be there in your truth table, can be determined by taking number of inputs as a 2 to the power. So you got 3 inputs here, right? So that means this is going to be 2 to the power 3. That means 8. So according to this question, your truth table is going to have 8 rows inside it, right? So that means you are going to draw your truth table with 8 rows, right? So let me have those 8 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we determine how many rows are there. So we have to fill this up. And to clear this much more, I'm going to take your attention to the very first discussion that we had, right? Right now, look at the gates, the basic gates, and their truth tables that we have drawn in the very first day. So as you can see, for NOT gate, how many inputs are there for NOT gate? Yes, people, how many inputs are there? There is only one. Very good, Dilni. So since I got one input, look how many rows are there. There are 2 rows, right? One row contains 0 and the other row contains 1. So that means our equation is correct. So when we take, there is only one input. So we take 2 to the power 1 number of rows. That means 2 rows going to be there. Is that clear, everyone? If you got one input, there should be 2 rows in your truth table, right? Okay. And look at the AND gate as well as the OR gate. There are 2 inputs, right? So that means it should have 4 rows. 2 to the power 2 number of rows should be there according to the equation. So yes, we had 2 to the power 2 number of rows. That means 4 rows. We had 4 rows, right? So you can figure out that the equation gives you the correct number of rows here, right? Then what I need you to figure out, there is another thing.
Daddy, that's a chicken.
Okay, Suzu. Right, there's another thing that you have to figure out. Now, you know how to figure out how many rows should be there in the truth table. Okay, good, fine. Then what is the way that we can figure out these input combinations? Now, in these 4 rows, we write those as 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. And for 2 rows, it is easy for us to figure this out, right? So we can think it through, right? If A is 0, B can be 0. If A is 0, B can be 1. If A is 1, B can be 0. And A is 1, B should be 1 as well. Right? Even we can mix these things up as well. They can make a මේ විදිහටම පිළිවෙලට තියෙන්න ඕනේ. බිඳුව බිඳුවට පස්සේ 1 1 ඊළඟට බිඳුව 1 ඊළඟට 1 බිඳුව එන විදිහට we can mix this up. It doesn't matter. It does not do any harm to your output. It is always when 1 and 1 is there, output is 1. When any other combination is there, output will be 0 for AND gate. Now, in our truth table that we are going to create, we have 8 number of rows. So maybe you will be able to figure that out, how the combinations are going to come if you just think it through. But there is a quick way that we can write it down without thinking. It is just a matter of understanding the pattern, right? So can you see there is a pattern in this truth table? The pattern is, if you consider the very first line, very first column, I say, right? The very first column. Now we got 4 rows. පේලි 4ක් තියෙනවා. So half of it, the first half of it has zeros. There are 2 zeros. So 4 rows. So 2 zeros and 2 ones. Right. So that is the way we are going to deal with this. In the first column, we are going to divide the number of rows half to half. So first half is going to have zeros. Second half is going to have ones. So since this truth table has 4 rows, you are having 2 zeros and 2 ones. And the one we are going to design now has 8 rows. So how your first column should be designed? How many number of zeros and how many number of ones should be there in the first column according to this pattern? Yes, Dilni, very good. Yes, others? How many it could be? පේලි 4ක් තියෙනකොට භාගයක් බිඳු භාගයක් එකේවා. පේලි 2කට එකේවා, පේලි 2කට බිඳු. Yes, Rosira, that is right. So when you are having 8 rows, the first half should be 4 zeros, the second half should be 4 ones. එහෙම තමයි first column එකේ ones and zeros වැටෙන්නේ. Right? There are many ways that you can write this, right? I'm just telling you a one particular way, which will show you, which will show as one into a one particular order. Yes, Dihan, it should be 4 zeros and 4 ones, right? Then look at the second column of this AND gate. Look at the second column. There, what they have done is they have taken the first half of this column, the first half, that means 2 rows, and they divided into 2. Again, a half-half portion. So one part has 0 and the other part has 1. Second line එකේ අර බිඳුව වැටිලා තියෙන කොටස තමයි මෙයා සලකලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒක අරගෙන ඒකේ තියෙන පේලි ගාන දෙකට බෙදලා භාගයක් බිඳු භාගයක් එකේව අරගෙන තියෙනවා. So according to that, first half become a 0, second half become a 1. Same goes with this. So මේ එක එක වැටිලා තියෙන rows ටික අරගෙන ඒ ටික දෙකට බෙදලා first half goes 0 and second half goes 1. Now, according to this logic, how should be our 8-row truth table is going to be? Yes, Dilni. Yeah, that's correct. So let's see how it's going to be. So remember this logic. Okay, here we go to fill the combination in our truth table, which we are discussing today. So this truth table, we know how to construct the first column. There will be 4 zeros and there will be 4 ones. That's how the first column goes. So when it goes to the second column, you take these 4 rows. මුලින්ම බිංදු 4 වැටලා තියෙන ඒ ටික අරගෙන ඒකෙන් භාගයකට බිංදු දාලා භාගයකට එකේව දාන්න. First half going to be zeros and the second half going to be ones. That means these 2 places going to be 0, these 2 places going to be 1. Then again, this half is taken. There are 4 rows again, divided into 2. So 2 rows per each half. First half is going to be a 0. Second half is going to be a 1. Vihan, I will give you the time to write these things, right? So same logic applies to the third row, third column as well, right? So that means you have to take these 2 are identical, so those 2 as one bundle and half are put as zeros and half are put as 1. So that means the third row is going to be a 0 and a 1 over here. Again, this couple is taken, 0 and a 1. Here's the link. And here again 0 and a 1. Here again 0 and a 1. Yes, everyone, is this clear? So it's going to be 0 1 0 1 0 1 and 0 1. Right now, the easy way is to learn this pattern. Yes, Vihanga, I will do it again. So Vihanga, this is the logic. First of all, Vihanga, is it determining the number of rows is okay with you, right? Peli attack තියනවා කියලා අරගන්න එක it's okay with you, right? Is that clear, Dua? Determining the number of rows as 8. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Vihanga. Oh. මේ numbers 8ක් තියෙන කියන්නේ පේලි 8ක් එනවා කියලා figure out කරගන්න පුළුවන් නේද? ඒක clear නේද? Vihanga or Vihanga. Right. Okay. Right. Then the basis is කියන්නේ අපි අරගන්නේ පළවෙනි row එක පළවෙනි කොලම් එක A කියන කොලම් එක ෆිල් කරනකොට පේලි ගාන අරගෙන දෙකට බෙදනවා. ඒකට පේලි 8ක් තියෙනවා. 8 දෙකට බෙදුවම 4 කොටස් දෙකක් එන්නේ. ඒත් පළවෙනි 4 0.4ක්, දෙවෙනි 4 1/4ක්. හරි, ඒක පැහැදිලිද? right. ඊළඟට දෙවෙනි කොලම් එකට යනකොට බිඳුව ඇතිලා තියෙන පළවෙනි කොලම් එකේ බිඳු දාලා තියෙන පේලි ටික. right. එහෙම නැත්නම් එකම විදිහෙන් එකම වැලියු එක තියෙන පේලි ටික අරගෙන, ඒ කියන්නේ 0.4 නේ එකට වැටලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ 4 අරගෙන එයාව කොටස් දෙකකට බෙදනවා. right. ඒතර 4 දෙකට බෙදුවම දෙකේ කෑලිනේ එන්නේ, දෙකේ කොටස් එන්නේ. එතකොට පළවෙනි දෙන්න 0.0, දෙවෙනි දෙන්න 1. ඊළඟ පේලි 4ටත් ওই දෙයම කරනවා. පළවෙනි දෙන්න 0, ඊළඟ දෙන්න 1. clearද? right. so අන්තිම එක්කෙනා තුන්වෙනි පේලිය ගන්නකොට, තුන්වෙනි කොලම් එක, තුන්වෙනි තීරුව ගන්නකොට මේ දෙවෙනි කොලම් එකේ එක જાතියේ හිටපු කට්ටිය අරගෙන ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ පේලි ප්‍රමාණය දෙකට බෙදනවා. දෙවෙනි කොලම් එකේ 0.0 ඉන්නේ එක જાතියේ. එයාව දෙකට බෙදනවා. එතකොට එක පේලියයි එක පේලියයි. එතකොට එක පේලියකට 0, එක පේලියකට 1. ඉතිරි ඒවටත් එහෙමයි. 0 1 0 1 0 1 යන විදිහට එනවා. ධ්‍යාන ක්ලියර්ද? right ගවිදු, ධ්‍යාන ක්ලියර්ද? yeah right okay. රානුජ එක දෙයක් අපේ සිලබස් එකේ හැටියට අපි කොලම්ස් 4කට යන්නේ නැහැ. කොලම්ස් 4ක් ආවොත් right, කොලම්ස් 4ක් එන්නේ නැහැ ඔයගලන්ට, but කොලම්ස් 4 එක තමයි මම කියන්නම්. කොලම්ස් 4ක් කියලා කියන්නේ variables 4ක්නේ. right. ඒ variable 4ක් කියලා කියන්නේ පේලි 16ක් එනවා. ධ්‍යාන පේලි ගාන තීරණය කරන්නේ මම මේ උඩ හදලා තියෙන්නේ number of input combinations කියලා. ඒකෙන් තමයි number of rows පේලි ගාන එන්නේ. කියන්නේ input ප්‍රමාණය දෙකේ බලයක් විදියට ගත්තම. ඒතකොට අපේ ගානට අනුව ගත්තම input 3යි තියෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා පේලි 8ක් එනවා ධ්‍යාන. අපිට input 4ක් ආවොත් පේලි 16ක් එනවා. එතකොට රානුජ පේලි 16ක් ආවම පළවෙනි කොලම් එක හැදෙන්නේ පේලි 8ක් බිංදු පේලි 8ක් එකේවා. දෙවෙනි කොලම් එකේදී පේලි 4ක් බිංදු පේලි 4ක් 1. ආයි පේලි 4ක් බිංදු පේලි 4ක් 1. right. තුන්වෙනි එක පේලි 2ක් බිංදු පේලි 2ක් 1. අන්තිම එක 0.1 ඔව්. ධ්‍යාන මේ පේලි ගාන හොයාගන්න පුතා. දැන් අපේ එක්ස්ප්‍රෙෂන් එකේ variables 3ක් තියෙනවා කියන එක ක්ලියර් නේද? අපි ගත්ත එක්ස්ප්‍රෙෂන් එකේ අපි ගත්තේ a bar plus b dot c bar නේ. එතන variables 3ක් තියෙනවා. හරි? ඒක ක්ලියර් නේද? ධ්‍යාන oh dhyan variables means abc yes. ඒ කියන්නේ අපේ එක්ස්ප්‍රෙෂන් එක ඇතුලේ එකිනෙකට වෙනස් අකුරු මොනවාද තියෙන්නේ? ඒවට තමයි අපි variables කියන්නේ. හරි. එතකොට මේ variables ගාන දෙකේ බලයක් විදිහට ගත්තම දෙකේ බලයක් variables ගාන ලිව්වම එන අගය තමයි පේලි ගාන වෙන්නේ. පැහැදිලිද? ධ්‍යාන Right. Hari. Okay, so I think the inputs and the input combinations are clear with you all. Right? So the very last thing, it is something we have done to the other things as well. Right? Okay, Susu, that will come after the class, huh? Right? So the fourth one, what we have to do is complete the truth table. Suhara, just wait. What? Oh, Suhara, try it. Okay.
No, I'm so scared.
Okay, go to mommy. Go to mommy. I will come. I will come. Go to mommy.
What's going on around me here?
Right, so complete the truth table by considering the order of operators as brackets, not, and, O. Right, so you are going to complete this by considering the brackets, not, and O. ඒ කියන්නේ truth table එක ඉස්සරහට අපි ඉවර කරන්නේ මේ කියන දේවල් ටික consider කරලා. Yes, Dihan O level වලට එන්නේ variables 3ක් වෙනකම් විතරයි maximum, right? So now what they are doing is, what they are asking us to do is just complete this truth table by considering these operators in the expression, right? So I'm going to take a copy of the table over here, and I'm going to write the expression for your reference. Our expression is A bar plus B dot C bar. So this is what we are going to make. Now it is simple, right? So when we are considering the expression, we have A bar plus B dot C bar. So we know to whom that we are going to give the priorities, right? Dihan, මට අහන එක පැහැදිලි නෑ පුතේ. brackets එකේ output එක මොකක්ද කියලා කියන්නේ? Dihan? Oh, not gate එකේ තියෙන්නේ A bar, bracket එකේ තියෙන්නේ B dot C bar. පුතා පොඩක් බලන් ඉන්නකෝ වැඩේ කරගෙන යන විදිහ, එතකොට ඔයාලට figure out වෙයි. Right? So first we are going to concentrate on the B dot C bar. Dihan, අපිට B dot C bar වලට output එක මොකක්ද කියලා එකපාරට කියන්න බෑ පුතේ. එතන variables දෙකකුයි operators කීපයකුයි තියෙනවනේ. ඒතර ඒකට A bar එකේ කියලා වෙනම නෑ. ඒක අපි B dot C bar කියලා තමයි කියවන්නේ. ඒකට තනි output එකක් අපිට කියන්න බෑ. Right? Okay. So in the expression, we have A bar plus B dot C bar within the brackets. So first we are going to concentrate on the brackets. That means B dot C bar. So again, inside the brackets, we have a dot and a bar. So then we have to construct C bar first. So we are creating C bar. So we need a column called C bar to our truth table. Right? So how we are going to determine what are the values inside the C bar? Just by looking at the C column. So looking at this column, we can figure out what is inside the C bar. So if C contains 0, C bar contains 1, because that is what is happening. C එක C bar වෙනකොට වෙන්නේ බිඳුව තියෙන්නේ C නම් C bar වල තියෙන්නේ 1 අනිත් පැත්ත ගහලා එන්නේ. So likewise, this one becomes a 0, this 0 becomes a 1, this one becomes a 0, this 0 becomes a 1. Likewise, your C bar column is going to generate like this. Is that clear, people? How we get the C bar column? Right. So after we creating the C bar, right? After we creating the C bar, Dihan, put plus and opposition කියලා එකක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ මෙතන. It is just the opposite in part, or the correct word is inversion part is happening, or the complementation. C වලින් C bar වලට එන්නේ it's only the complement or the invert වෙන එක, flip වෙන එක වෙන්නේ අනිත් පැත්ත ගහන එක. plus එකක් මෙතනට ගෑවෙන්නේ නැහැ, right? Okay, then after the C bar, we have to deal with the dot. So dot is going to be B dot C bar. That is what they are trying to create. B dot C bar. So how we are going to create the B dot C bar? So B is over here, C bar is over here, right? So that means B into C bar. A columns දෙක ගුණ වෙන්නයි අපිට ඕනේ. Right? That means 0 into 1 equals to 0. 0 into 0 equals to 0. 1 into 1 equals to 1. 1 into 0 equals to 0. 0 into 1 equals to 0. 0 into 0 equals to 0. 1 into 1 equals to 1. 1 into 0 equals to 0. Right? Okay, Dihan. Right? So that is how we build up B dot C bar. So now we are done with the brackets, right? Then we are going to create A bar, because at the outside of the bracket, you got a plus and a bar. So then we are going to concentrate on A bar. How we are going to create the A bar? We have A, so using A, we can create A bar. So what are the values it going to be? A column එකේ තියෙන values ටික අනිත් පැත්ත ගහලා තමයි A bar එකට එන්නේ. So that means zeros become ones. So පළවෙනි පේලි හතරට එකේව හතරක් එනවා. Then the ones become zeros. Right. Okay, Dihan. Okay, no problem. Right. So that is how we are going to create A bar. So now you need to create the final answer, which is the A bar plus B dot C bar. Right? That means you are going to deal with this column and this column. Then you need to add those things together. Yes, Dilni, right? So we are going to add 0 plus 1 equals to 1. 0 plus 1 equals to 1. 1 plus 1 equals to 1. 0 plus 1 equals to 1. 0 plus 0 equals to 0. 0 plus 0 equals to 0. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. 0 plus 0 equals to 0. Right? So these are going to be your final truth table. Right. Okay, people. So that is how you are going to create a truth table. And I want you to take 2-3 minutes and please complete the note and let's end the session. Right? I'll show you the stuff. So once you are done with the things, you can leave the session. Right? If you are done it already, if you have written it with me, it doesn't matter, you leave the session. Others, please complete this from the beginning. Right? If you have done it with me, it doesn't matter. Right? Okay, Rusira, you can go, no problem. මං ස්ක්‍රීන් එක පොඩ්ඩක් පොඩි කරලා තියන්නම්. එතකොට හැමෝටම ලියා ගන්න පුළුවන්. දිහාන් අන්තිම පේලිය හදලා තියෙන්නේ පුතා A bar කියන කොලම් එකයි B bar.c කියන කොලම් එකේ තියෙන values එකතු කරලා 0 plus 1 තියෙනවා නම් උත්තරේ 1. 1 plus 0 තියෙනවා නම් උත්තරේ 1. 0 plus 0 නම් උත්තරේ 0. 1 plus 1 තියෙනකොට උත්තරේ 1. 2 නෙවෙයි. අපි දන්නවා බූලියන් අපි O gate එක කරනකොට කතා කරානේ. ඒ විදිහට තමයි ෆයිනල් එක එන්නේ. ඒතකොට ඒකට A bar කියන කොලම් එකයි B.c bar කියන කොලම් එකයි තමයි කන්සිඩර් කරේ. Right. Okay, Rusira, good night. So people, if you haven't done this yet, I can stay. Please complete it and go. And දිහාන් හැමතිස්සෙම එකතු කරන්නේ අපේ එක්ස්ප්‍රෙෂන් එකට අදාළව තමයි පුතේ. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් අපේ එක්ස්ප්‍රෙෂන් එකේ අන්තිමට එකතු උනේ ඉතිරි උනේ එකතු කරන එකනේ. මුලින්ම B C bar හදාගත්තා. ඊළඟට B.c bar එක හදාගත්තා. ඊළඟට A bar එක හදාගත්තා. ඊළඟට A bar එකයි B.c bar එකයි එකතු කරන එක තමයි අන්තිමට ඉතුරුනේ. ඒක නිසා තමයි එකතු කරන්නේ. right? ඒක එක්ස්ප්‍රෙෂන් එකේ විදිහට. right? අපි අර gates circuits ඇඳා වගේම තමයි. right? Okay, Dilni, thank you very much. Good night. Okay, Pramod, good night. Gavindu, I'm not getting the combinations R2 means like I'm not getting that, Buddha. මං නෝට් එක හිමින් උඩට කරනවා කාට හරි වුවමනා නම් කියන්නේ මිස් වෙනවා නම් මට කියන්න. Gavindu, combinations R2 කියලා කිව්වේ. inputs වල clear නෑ පුතේ අහන එක. right, okay. ඒ කියන්නේ inputs දෙකයි කියලාද ඔයා අහන්නේ පුතේ? ප්‍රශ්නය ආයෙ අහන්නකෝ. දැන් මෙතන මේ ගානේ inputs 3ක් තියෙනවනේ.
No, so I asked inputs mean to a gate.
Inputs
Into a gate.
into a gate.
Yes.
No, it's like this, Puta. Like when it comes to the NOT gate, there is only one input. Other
Yes, sir.
than the NOT gates, you can have minimum 2 inputs, minimum,
Okay.
right?
We can add maximum 3, 4, like.
Yes, right. You can have more inputs other than 2. Minimum is 2,
Okay.
other than the NOT gate, right?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. I'm moving the note. If you have missed anything, just let me know. Dihan, you need the second point. Is that okay?
So in a truth table, we have to always beginning with a 0.
Yeah, dealing with the 0 means like it's according to the situation, Puta. Like if it is a multiplication, there is a different way of dealing with the 0. If it is a addition, it is according to that. Likewise.
Okay. Sir.
Right?
Okay. Sir.
All right. So I'm moving upward. Yeah, this is all. This is the end of the note. Oh, Dihan, ones and zeros with the truth table certain. Nothing else is coming. Right, Gavidu. Right, okay. Good night. Okay, Tedara. Good night. And thank you.